Alright, quick things. We're going to talk about deadbeat parents today. If you have a child, take care of it. You know, it's bullshit that you argue and fight tooth and nail just to pay child support, and you don't work, and you find every avoidable reason to not pay or help out your child. The only person that's going to get hurt is your kid, and you're going to stop being a deadbeat. You know, your kids, it takes so much work to raise a child. And some of you parents out there that don't raise the child on an everyday basis, they're only every other weekend warriors. You know, you don't understand how much time and effort it takes to actually, feed the child and take care of their schoolwork and make sure they're behaving in school and eating well. And there's just so many factors. And, stop giving your spouse, or your ex, or whatever the situation is, a hard time. And, pay for your fucking kid. I mean, it's just how it is. I get a lot of friends over the years that, they have kids, and I've been helping them out here and there and raising your child. And, I don't mind it. I love kids. But I can honestly say that I put more money into your kids just in the last couple of years than you've ever done in your whole life. Deadbeat parents, you owe thousands of dollars. Just think of how many things that you had when you were growing up, or you didn't have when you were growing up, that you should have had, or that you had. And just think about what you're doing and, what your kid needs. And do you want your kid to follow in your footsteps? Do you want your kid to get in trouble? Do you want them to have a positive life? Or do you want him to just get into the wrong crowd and be unhappy when he's a kid? He starts hanging out with a bad crowd to fit in because his home life is not what it should be, and, he doesn't have a father around, or he doesn't have a mother around. You need support from both sides, mother and father, and it's a tough subject. It really is. But stop giving your spouse a hard time because you're a deadbeat and you don't want to help out, and just look at it, maybe someone will see this and realize that, it's true what I'm saying, and maybe they'll change some things around. That's all I want to do is get the point across to people that have kids and not really an active part of their life. And you really need to be, because your kid loves you no matter what, unconditionally, while they're young, until they get old enough to understand that, what the real situation is. Anything you do in front of your child, they're going to remember it. If you're yelling and you're constantly giving people a hard time, or your bad language, or you're abusive towards your exes or girlfriends or spouses, whatever the situation is, your kid will remember that and take that through his life and realize and think that that's okay, the way to treat people. Kids need structure. They need discipline. Not over-discipline, but they need to understand, the rights from wrongs and how to respect, people, and give respect to even just playing with other kids. They got to learn that it's a sharing, give or take, just help out, call once in a while, friendly, and call and ask if there's anything you can do to help out, because, you might have an extra $5 or $10 or $20, and your kid might need a new pair of sneakers, or some more school clothes, or school supplies, or even just, a little extra help pay for daycare and food and stuff like that, or, even if it's, picking your kid up from daycare a little bit early one day, and because you don't have to work, or, whatever the situation is, and you can help out and just kind of, give the other person in the kid's life a break for a couple hours, and just, try to help out, because it's very hard raising a kid, and it takes so much time and effort. Your whole day is scheduled if you have a kid, from the time they get up in the morning till the time they go to bed. It's amazing at how many people don't take care of their children, and the stupid things that they do in front of their children and then the children start doing themselves. You know, if you don't want the kid, you shouldn't have had sex. Period. You know, it's not like you fell and slipped on the thing and it fell in and you had your pleasure. It's, you know, you planned it. If you have sex with someone, you know, you got to take that opportunity, you know, that responsibility, and, you know, whatever the situation is, again, you know, if a child comes out of it, a child comes out of it. You got to take care of your responsibilities, you know, pay the child support. Hopefully it doesn't have to get that far and go into court and custody battles, but, you know, help out. You know, it costs a lot more money than you think to raise a child. You just don't want to pay child support just to piss someone off, and you think it's gonna, you know, just piss your ex off, but it really doesn't. It does, but it also hurts your kid. You know, your kid needs a lot of attention, a lot of love, and it takes a lot more than your stupid $40 or $50 child support. That's if you even give it every week. You know, some people, they go months and months and months without paying, or, you know, they get laid off and they can't pay, or whatever the situation is. But every little bit helps, you know. And just start helping out. Stop being a dickhead. Stop, you know, the phone calls, the abusing phone calls, and just help out. It's your child. You know, you want your child to grow up. You want your child to, you know, flourish in this world. You know, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, it's going to be a different world out there than what we're doing right now. You know, the economy's tough, and, you know, it's hard enough now living. You know, never mind 10, 15 years from now when your kid's about going into college, and now you got to figure out between retirement, your home mortgage, your car payments, your insurance payments, you know, your toy payments, and there's just so much factors. You know, you have to give your child, you know, stuff that they can learn on, and they can, you know, they want to be happy. You always want your child to do better than you know. So, you know, just get your shit together and take care of your child. You know, the kid should be your number one most important thing that you do in your life. You know, so just help out, you know, and stop being fucking stupid, and stop trying to make everything difficult for your spouse that's raising the child, you know, and that's it, you know. And I don't really have, it's a tough situation, and I want, you know, hopefully someone will see this and they'll realize what they're doing wrong, but, you know, I don't know. So I give you credit to all you parents and mothers and people that are trying to do well and go to school and work and raise their child alone. I know the system out there is kind of fucked up with the, you know, between you know, healthcare benefits and Section 8 and just getting help from someone because you don't have anybody else to help, and the state knows that it takes money to raise kids, but they should reverse the system. They should give more help to the parents that try to help themselves and that go to school and can work full time and stuff like that, other than only giving people assistance or putting restrictions on how many hours they can work. And it's just fucking stupid. So it's hard raising a kid, so you need to help out with your kid and make sure that they have a nice roof over their head, and make sure they have clean clothes, and make sure that they have good food to eat, and make sure that they do well in school, and they listen to their counselors or teachers, and, you know, and make sure they do their homework. It's just a lot of work. So stop being a fucking dickhead and help out. Okay? That's all I'm going to say, because I'm just getting aggravated. So, you know, thanks everybody for listening. If you got anything, just, you know, send it to me, and I'll, you know, and thanks for all the responses. Ciao.